when your parents spoil you coming out of prison, it's a no-no. Because then that tells me, David, the addict, the one it tells me, ek gaan nou weer hard gaan rook, as ek weer mang sal weer daar is.
Come on.
And the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to say it, I don't know if I should say it in the camera, but I'm going to be real. Some parents are true enablers of their children's addiction.
Welcome to B-Flicks, your gateway to inspiring stories and meaningful conversations. Dive into a world of creativity and growth with our collection of short films, real-life documentaries, and engaging podcast episodes. Whether you're looking for personal inspiration, entertainment, or a deeper understanding of life's journeys, B-Flicks has something for everyone. Visit our website at www.bflix.co.za to explore our content library and subscribe for more updates. You can also connect with us on Facebook at B-Flicks Live. Start your adventure with B-Flicks, where stories come to life.
So little we can do so much, but together we can do much more. Welcome to another session with Thapelo here, Echoes of Addiction. Today is a great session. I have two wonderful brothers with me that will join me in the session today. Gents, welcome. Chris on my left and David on my right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. First, can you please just introduce yourself? I'm going to start here with David on my right, sir.
So, my name is David. I'm obviously from Westbury, Nuclear Quarry. That's the areas I grew up in.
Yes.
Also was enslaved to addiction for many years. If I can roughly just corner it off, about 18 years.
Come on.
Yeah, and I'm clean for over 5 years now.
Well done,
so I'm excited for what God has been doing, but I'm also honored and thankful that I'm here by you today.
Thank you, David. Mr. Chris.
Hi, viewers, and I'd like to just say my name is Chris. I come originally from El Dorado Park, born and bred there. Been active in addiction for 21 years, and I'm now 4 years clean by the grace of God. And thank you for having us here.
Thank you, gents. Yo, guys, you named so many years, 15 and 21. I think we should dive straight into it. I think I'm going to start here with you, Mr. David. So just give us a small brief of your 18. How was your 18 in how did it start?
Okay, so, you know, when people ask how did it start, it's for them it's like a game. You just put a coin in and you start the game. It's not just a game where you can put a coin in. I think what we need to realize as a community and as a society, that every addiction has a root cause.
Come on.
The root is a root.
Yes.
Addiction is the fruit. So addiction is not a root. The fruit of my root is addiction. So I'll share my root in answering your question how I started.
Share the root, sir.
My root was rejection from my mother, rejection from my family, and basically if I can round it off just there, it's pure rejection. Ek was die swart skapie in die familie, man. Ek was gebly in Korea, I'm black in Nuclear, I'm black in Westbury, I'm black. You know, they threw me around, man. And for me, I never grew up with stability. Ek het swaar gekry, man.
So you said Mr. was altyd your parents present of nie?
So, good question. So my mother was present, but she wasn't present. My father is not from here. My father, I'm the only child. My father's from Belgium. He's a Jordan man.
Okay.
So he's from Belgium. He's never been around really. My mother tried, but then she gave me to my granny. My mother also has been through some stuff in her life.
Yes.
But we cannot blame life and society, because life is the greatest teacher than any other university or any other college or whatever. And my life taught me everything from in my life of addiction to my recovery. It was not just I wanted to be naughty. My root was I never felt loved, man. You sien by die flats in Nuclear, ne?
Ja.
Julle kan sien ek is light of complexion, ne?
Come on.
Worry. Ek het mos hy straight glad draad gehet mos, man.
Yes.
And when you that kind of boy back in the day, for those that grew up in the 90s, when you have straight hair and you light in complexion, I'm not speaking like I'm better than anyone. I'm not. Just hear my heart. Hear my heart. Ek was afgeknou, man. Die ouens by die flats het my afgeknou. And I grew up with gun violence. Fast guns, varados. I grew up with it. It's even in my family. It's even on my doorstep. I know this thing. Not that I was part of it. I wasn't. Never part of it. It wasn't my thing.
So would you say that the instability that you talked about was like one of the main factors that lead to your addiction.
Yes. It's the rejection and then the instability, not being able to live stable like a normal child.
Yes.
Up and down, op en af, pak gekry,
Yes.
swaar gekry. Let's just put it like this. My environment and my circumstances, especially at home, was one of the major factors of that contributed to me running away from home and starting drugs.
So, Mr. Chris, so how did your addiction, like your root or your kickoff of your addiction, how did that happen, and what was one of the main factors that led to that?
Well, Thapelo, I grew up in Nuclear. I was born and bred in Elders, but because of my granny, my mother's mother, was a teacher.
Yes.
I started grade R in Coronation.
Yes.
So I grew up at the flats also, where in the same flat where I stayed, my mother's brother smoked mandrakes. So he used to come with his friends and smoke it inside in the flat, in the bathroom. Coming out, I was growing up exposed to that. And the guys at the stairs used to sit and smoke their drugs, do whatever. So it was like a norm for me. You know, this is what life is about, growing up. I lost my dad at the age of 10. A day after my birthday, he was murdered, got shot. I moved back home. Within 3 years...
So just a sec, when you say you moved back home, where did you move to?
I moved back to my mom's place in El Dorado Park. So I used to just visit in Elders weekends.
Yes.
When there's no school. Then I'll be in Elders and then back the week for school.
Yes.
So after my father's passing, my mom felt, she needs a kids at home with her.
Yes.
So I moved back and I relocated to Elders. Within 3 years' time, you're walking into your teenage years.
Come on.
There was no father.
Yes.
There was no discipline. There was no father figure. Guidance.
Yes, understand.
So I became streetwise, where I looked for validation in the wrong people, wrong places, where I felt, this is where I belong. So before I knew it, I had friends that was not my age. And that is where my addiction, it started. Because when I saw them, they were the one that put the first ecstasy in my hand and said, try this. And it's not something that I didn't witness, because I used to chill with them and then they would be high. And I'm not high. So I used to watch them and I thought this must be fun. Until the day they put it in my hand. And it started off at that at the age of 13. I found myself like in a club or at a party.
Yes.
So that vibe alone with that was a nice feeling, man,
But now, before we get to the ecstasy, right? What were you doing in the club? Were you already drinking by that time?
I was drinking already by that time.
So alcohol wasn't a problem for you by the age of 13?
No, it wasn't a problem for me.
Okay, let's get to it then.
So, like I say, we'll be out there drinking. It's girls, it's... like I said, I was exposed to so many things that I lost my virginity at the age of 13 also.
Come on.
And it was by a woman that was older than me.
Older than you. She could have said she raped you in a way.
In a way.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So when I took my first pill, it was like, wow, this is some sort of amazing feeling. As we journey through on, it became so... It was a once in a while thing.
Not every weekend.
It wasn't an every weekend thing.
Okay.
And then before I realized or noticed, it became a weekend thing.
A weekend thing now. Okay.
And then after that, you get so used to that thing doesn't even do anything anymore. From one pill, you're taking 2 pills. From 2 pills, it's 1 pill now, another pill in an hour time. When you look again 2 hours time, you've dropped maybe 3 or 4. And then your body, it gets so used to that things, David, that
you become immune.
Yes.
You become immune to it. And you're looking for the next better high.
Come on.
And that is when I was introduced to cat.
Wow.
Because now my alcohol became a problem. So when I was drunk, they'll tell you, no, come here.
and I just wanted to find out. So, did your parents, like your mother, did you allow you to drink alcohol? Did you have that access?
No, I never had that access.
So when you were drunk, how did you now deal with it? Because you were supposed to go home to a house where they didn't allow you to have substance. So how did you deal with that? How did you now? Did you stay in the street till you were sober, or?
Yes. So what happened is, like I said, my friends was older than me.
Okay.
So they stayed 4 houses up from me.
Oh.
So I used to use the little brother and say, this is my friend, my best friend. We were friends, but we weren't doing the same things that I was doing. So I would use him as an scapegoat. I'm going to go and sleep by such and such a friend.
Okay.
And then I would have that free time to do what I want to do. And then when the next day come, I'll recover there and then go home.
Oh, so that's how it happened.
That's how it happened. And that's how I hid it away from them for a very long time before they found out.
Yes.
But like I said, the alcohol became a problem. So the guys, then you find yourself, the guys is busy snuffing. And they'll call you aside and say, no, you're too drunk. Take this. And you can maar use it. As you eerst de lijn geslaan het, sober with you.
Sober.
And you're like, wow, okay. This is my next drug of choice.
And you convince yourself, didn't gaan werk.
It's gonna work.
Didn't gaan werk. Nee, dank je ons, didn't gaan werk.
Because I think the reason why, if I might just put my vision in it, is because I think we didn't want it to become too drunk also.
Yes.
We wanted to be like being in control in a sort of a way.
Om te balance.
Yes, to
because
balance.
when you're too drunk, hulle gaan sien, ja, die man is aan gedrink.
Yes.
So you just want to be balanced but mellow.
Yes.
I know that one,
yes. So Mr. Chris, kom ons hou hom net daar vast. Mr. David,
yes,
since you're so in the topic, I just want to ask you. So how did your addiction get, like, you name it that it was the instability, right?
Yeah.
So when was the first time, like, when you took a drug, what kind of a drug is it, and what how did you feel it?
It's so ironic that you asking that question. My first drug was also ecstasy.
Come on.
At the age of 15.
Yo.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with a festival that used to be a top festival back in the Western side, the German Beer Festival. So
I'm
that
not. Are you?
Yes,
that used to be.
It still goes on.
I think
till
they
today.
was seen me.
Nee, luister, hij was me at 14, 15. Ek was stout, man. I'm not even gonna today, I can, not proudly, but I can actually acknowledge, ek was stout, man.
Yes.
So, I also grew up around dealers. I obviously will not mention names. The dealers of the late 90s and early 2000s. Top dealers. People know them. But I grew up around them.
Yes.
And I would get for free. And I would, if I'm short, they would give me whatever. And so on and so forth. I took my first ecstasy at 15 at the German Beer Festival. And as Brother Chris mentioned, it was the most amazing feeling. I felt like I was Elon Musk in a Starlink starship flying through space. And I was, it's called the love drug, man. And it was just me, it was me. And it was just every now and again. But truth be told, you see, the enemy allows you to deceive yourself. And you create a false perception of reality that, nee man, these man net for the festivals.
Yes.
And you know what happened? It started happening every month, then every weekend. So ecstasy was my first. I never ever smoked dacha. I never ever smoked cigarettes. I still don't. I went straight to the hardcore. Imagine that. Straight to the hardcore. Ecstasy, LSD, H2Os, you know the H2O parties in Boksburg? Yes. H2Os with the ravers in it. Yes. Karl Borst, hoog soos 'n kite. Like lost, broken, and guess what? Young, 16, 17. How I hid from my family, I don't know how I did it. I think we'll maybe get into that part of addiction. Yeah. Some of us are very good at hiding. Some of us can hide our addiction for years. Yes. And your family won't know. So I think they did start seeing by when I started losing a lot of weight. Because they're like, but this lady plays ball. I was built so lekker muscular, and I started losing a lot of weight. Then my granny said, "Wat gaan met jou as jy siek?" Ken mos hy ouma's man van Westbury van Nuclear. As jy mal, kom hierso, wat rook jy? And I was like, "Granny, I'm not smoking anything." Come on. And you know, at the end of the day, grannies and parents, and they always know. They know. And you know, it wasn't easy, man. You know, drinking wasn't really my thing. I got violent when I drank alcohol. So I drank when there wasn't drugs, I drank. So I would look for something to do even if I didn't have my thing.
Okay.
So as jy 'n bottle het en as nie span in
But you can just to get that.
to be intoxicated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just to get that feeling.
Yes.
Okay, it's understandable. So the question that I wanted to ask you now, how did you deal with the parents finding out? Because now you were so good at hiding it. Now you couldn't hide it anymore. How did that make you feel? Because I think when we hide something, we feel like we're still in charge.
In control.
And in control, yes. So how did that make you feel?
Hey, sir, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I think I may be lying to myself, but I think they knew maybe after the first or second year. You know why? When you start doing cat and crystal and all of that, your eating habits change, your sleeping habits change.
And they notice it.
Worry.
And
Ek was gekort toe 1 in die oggend. Julle lag. Ouens,
Trap kom beerse.
kom ek sê julle gou iets. Ek is besig om kaste reg te pak in die kitchen in 'n flat in Euclid. Ek ken hy council flats.
Yes.
My ouma vra, "Wat gaan aan hier binne?" Sy kom, "Ek is besig met dishes." So that behavior already switched my family on, but they didn't approach it immediately. They're very smart. They left me because it was just every other day. I got very addicted, highly addicted after matric. After matric, that's when the rest was history. From 15 to 18 years old, it was on and off here and there because I was still a lighty when I was young.
Yeah.
But after matric, I now had freedom. That's when they couldn't really tell me, and I was rebellious. Those are the rebellious years. And man, when they found out, to answer your question, when they found out, they still kept me around, but they really wanted, hulle het my eintlik uitgesit. All of them put me out. They put me out in winter, they put me out in the rain, they put me out. My family didn't hang snakes, hulle het my uitgesit. They rejected me to the point where they said, "Take your things and leave, we don't want you here
It was
anymore."
a sort of a nice type of love that they gave.
And guess what? I always today, at this tender age, I always tell my kids that I'm still 26 years old, even though I'm not. But I tell them.
Yes.
You know why I say that? Because at this tender age, I can thank God that I was put out. Die mense vra my in recovery, how can you thank God you were put out? Because if I wasn't put out,
you would have never learned.
Sir,
you would have never
you see,
learned.
when you're not put out into a situation, how can God grow you through something you are going through? You have to grow through.
Yes.
Is what you go through. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
And yeah, man, there's more to it, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
So hearing you say that your addiction escalated once you finish your matric, did you have any dreams after like finishing matric? Did you have any plans to say this is now the career? Because I remember in grade 10 that's where you start to choose now your career path. Did you have any of those dreams, and what happened to those dreams?
So I wouldn't say I was a top quality footballer, but I can say I can play ball. Okay. Ball was my thing.
Okay.
I tried out here and there at Kaiser Chiefs. I have some friends, professional football friends that tried to help me here and there, but I never really made it. Maybe because that wasn't my path.
Yeah.
I thought that was my dream, was to be a footballer. From a young age, it was to play ball.
Yes.
Because ball was my thing. You know, you grew up with the era of Steven Pienaar in Westbury, Manny Eyes, Stanton Fredericks. Friends of mine, Stanton Lewis and them, all my friends that are professional footballers. So you wanna, and so you try, and but I never made it. But that's fine.
Did you also play by the grounds in Bosman?
I played at BFA. That's where I started off.
Yes,
I played for Arsenal, Westbury Arsenal.
Yes.
That's where Steven Pienaar also comes from. And but you know what? At the end of the day, that was my dream. And when that dream never came true, the honest truth is that's when actually it became worse. Because you know, when your dreams are shattered, it's like, wat gaan ek nou maak? Ek wil nie in 'n office werk nie.
Yes, it's like it gives you now a nice excuse to go into this addiction.
So you know what? Nou gaan ek reg.
Come on.
As ek julle moet sê, ouens, ek ry sommer weg met die CEO se Land Rover Discovery 4. Ek werk H20, ek ry weg, swart Land Rover, true story.
Nou wat werk
vir 'n hele dag, hy het 20 years old. I tell you, my addiction, I had good jobs. I messed it up.
Where did you work there?
I worked at J.M. Moses and Associates, my first job. Chartered accountants, tax consultants, and corporate advisors. That was in Houghton.
Yes.
I was a junior accountant under the CEO. He was training me personally. I used to take his car, get his car. That time I had a Golf 3 Cabriolet, a white one. I just bought it, but I lost it at the same time because addiction. How do you maintain something when you have to maintain something else?
Yes.
I can't maintain this mic if the pole is calling me.
Come on.
Come fetch me now. Nou moet ek na die paal toe gaan.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is, I I drove away with the CEO's Land Rover for an entire Friday. Guess where was I? Westbury, Nuclear, Aldo's, all over. Do you know what happened? Just as I came back to Houghton Estate to my job, that was the first job I messed up. Top job. That man was on the phone in the yard as I was pulling up. On the phone with Tracker. To call Tracker to come and get me. That day he said, David, I don't want you here anymore. Please take your things and F off. That's how it's. And every other job afterwards, most of the jobs, I messed up because of addiction. So don't ever believe anyone. There's no such thing as a functioning addict. At the end of the day, there's no such thing. Guess what? Deep inside, there is still a dysfunction.
Come on.
Deep inside.
There's a friend of mine, he likes to use this. He says addiction is like a pregnancy. You can only hide it for a certain period of time. After 9 months, it needs to
show itself. It shows itself.
How are you?
It needs to reveal itself.
How are you going to hide a pregnancy?
Yes,
after a certain period of time,
needs to
they gaan gesien word.
Yes,
it is what it is.
Oh, what a story. Mr. Chris, so getting back to yours, I just wanted to find out, how did you deal now with your situation at home when your parents find out, and how did that make you feel?
Well, Thapelo, when my people found out, denial.
So you tell
denial in hulle gesiggen. So, wat ek? Nooit nie. Nooit nie, nie ek nie.
And I think that's the downfall for us, to stay so long in addiction, because we have this denial in us, thinking that we can control it.
And we are the masters of denial.
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
Where you lie so much that you even believe in your lies.
Come on.
You believe that
that thing is true.
That thing is true.
And it doesn't even exist.
En jy dink die mense is dom. Hulle ken, but like David said, they clever. Hulle los you. Na die hond om kop
myself gaan stamp,
Verstaan jy? So I stayed in denial for long time. Until I got tired of it. When they confront me, I just keep quiet. That place still dies. That's my yes. Like my mother can stand and shout en ek sal die TV kyk. Kyk vas in die TV in. En ek hoor haar hoe gaan sy. You're gonna stop. You must stop. Look how you look. Jy stink.
And what's going through your mind while she's now yapping the whole time?
Why did I come home? Why didn't I just stay there where I was?
So you didn't want to hear that?
I didn't want to hear that. I know I'm living my life. To me, I don't have a problem. I don't see a problem.
Come on.
I'm just out there doing what I'm doing. I don't need your input on my life. This is how I chose to live.
So what would you say was one of your most dangerous, since you're in recovery now, and I think you did track back and check, I would have lost my life here. What this day something bad would have happened to me in my recovery. What was that day? When was it? And how did it happen?
To be honest with you, the day before I booked into rehab.
Yeah. When was that? When did you book into rehab?
2021, the 21st of June.
Okay.
My brother-in-law got a phone call. And they had a spare shop at Jamila Center in Yaldos.
Yes.
So there was friends of his that stayed across Jamila's. And Jamila's was in the back street of us.
Yes.
He got a phone call. My sister was looking after my granny. She stayed with my granny. And they told him, "Julle gaan julle swaar begrawe."
Sorry, alright.
Okay. Hoe kom jy nou reg sê? Are you still trying to prove that you are okay? Do you think you're too much sometimes? Do you realize it in the moment or afterwards?
The amount of backlash I got, sy roep herself 'n vrou van die Here, on my Instagram inboxes, maar sy coach for them. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody, as you will, it's said it, but let's deal with it and move on.
hoe je leven gekomen dat het vandaag is waar het is?
Okay, what happened in 2016? Wat ik geleerd heb en laat me klaar kom toegooien. Meeste van die mensen in toekomst dat het klaar condolences gestuurd van mijn familie.
Ja.
Hoe jammer hulle is.
Ja.
Hulle het 'n kind verloor. Die ambulance, hulle moet ons nog confirm. If you are dead.
Yes.
En toe die paramedics kom sê hulle nee man, is nog gepols.
Man.
En ek word toe, jy weet, ingeraad hospitaal toe.
Ja.
Uit die hospitaal het na ek gedischarged word, stuur hulle my polisiestasie toe.
Ja.
Aan de police guard. En na die police guard kom ek weer buite en luister nog steeds weer nie.
What an awesome weekend we had. Saturday was one of the best days that we had in Toekomstrus, where we had a group from Narcotics Anonymous. Shout out to Narcotics Anonymous for coming through. We had a feeding scheme where we feed people, and we had a short testimony that we shared from few addicts that were struggling with addiction and have defeated this addiction through the program of Narcotics Anonymous.
It's moments where you once again see that the work is not done. The work is not done. We cannot rest. We cannot get comfortable. I believe that a seed was planted. We do a lot of things. We have a lot of programs. I think the mistake that we sometimes make when we are always involved in programs like these, we start worshipping how we do things in a community. We start uplifting that more than the mission itself.
So we had guys from NA, which are from, you can say, Annandale, Elders, and all those places, and they enjoyed the day with us. And I must say, it was a really powerful day, man. Today I encountered one guy that told me because of Saturday's outreach, he wanted to change his life. Even if we can only get one person to change his life, I can say that it was a success.
And on the 16th, we also had a wonderful day where we went to Randfontein in town. We went to go look in different trap houses, different places where the addict sleeps on the streets. We offered them a breakfast meal where we shared something with them. We shared a small word with them. We shared a small encouragement with them. We gave them the food, the importance about giving them the food. We made it aware to them that we've also been on the street. And giving him the food doesn't mean that we see them as hungry, because we know that the food is going to get finished, but we have something stronger and something bigger that can last forever, and that is the message of hope.
Whatever you are doing, my brother, my sister, don't stop. The work is not done. We haven't even started yet. So don't get too excited with the new branding of your foundation. Don't get too excited with the website because it looks good and you need funding and all that, which is also important. But don't get caught up in that because people are broken and they need help. We are actively seeking sponsorship to support our weekly prison visits, outreach travel, food drives, and rehabilitation drop-offs. Every partnership helps us reach another life, another family, another future. Because behind every addict is a soul worth saving. Helping the Next Addict Foundation, restoring lives, rebuilding hope.
So.
He was most an action hero, man.
My friend.
He was in a movie.
My friend. We used to wake up. I was staying in Florida at the drug house. I won't mention names, but now we were there at the drug house. So we were three of us, my cousin, another friend. He's now also in recovery. We used to wake up and catch the people that's going to crash. So what happens is when you drop your kid off at the crash, versus laptop,
alles is nog daar.
As in die karre.
Je moet nog uitklim.
Jy klim uit om die kind in te vat. As jy die kind invat, ek is die getaway driver.
Jo.
My cousin is met 'n screwdriver.
Jo.
Venster.
Hold die nog vast. Viewers, you heard now. Please be aware. Put your laptop in the boot. Please hide it because this guy has just given you a lot of info.
Proper info.
Use. A lot of info that you can use.
So I would pull up next to the car where your car's here. Pull up next to the car. He gets out, cracks the window. Your phone is op charge. Die laptop staat.
En je is haastig uit dit van die ochtend. Van het moest toch vinnige.
Not even 2 seconds for us to do that.
So of all this crime that you've done, have you ever been arrested?
Yes.
Have you ever been to prison?
Yes, I was at Krugersdorp for a month and 2 weeks.
For a month and 2 weeks.
For a month and 2 weeks.
What was the case?
Armed robbery.
Armed robbery. Okay.
I had to get myself out.
Okay. Was it with a pistol or was it with a knife or what was it?
It was a lighter gun.
Oh, okay.
So that's how addiction penetrates you, that you'll do anything for your next fix.
Yes.
You don't know if you're robbing this person has a firearm.
Yes, a
them,
proper one.
Proper one.
Yes.
And he come here and he toy gun. You understand? You go so blind into things for the next fix that you don't worry.
Okay. So who was the experience in the prison? Die prison experience. How was it?
Was lonely. Scary. Was my first time. But not scared for the what's happening in, because you get those stories about what happens in the prison, and it does happen.
Yeah.
But it's not to everybody that comes in.
Yes.
You know. Yes. So my scary part was I have no one there from the outside.
So were you alone in this case?
No, we were two.
You were two. Okay.
We were two. So when I entered, not even the prison, when we got locked up at the police station, they keep you there for the weekend.
For 48 hours.
Yeah. So we got arrested the Friday night. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I went to court.
Okay.
So I got already a phone call in the police station. I could make a phone call.
Okay.
When I phoned my mother, she said, first, you can, man.
Yeah.
Alvazi in the straat.
She's the first person.
There's two people you call on. Is the groot man and you ma by the huis.
Yeah.
That is the two people that you will hunt down to talk to. When I made contact to her, I can still remember her voice. I'm not with you when you're in the street. You gotta set this out yourself and sort it out. The guy that I was with, his parents bought the docket, and that's how we got out.
Wow, they bought the docket.
They bought the docket. But it took a month and 2 weeks
for you to stay
in Krugersdorp for that docket to get missing.
So it was tough then, was it tough?
It was tough because je het nie besoek nie.
Yes.
Je het nie spending nie. Jy moet beter jy rook wise. Ek het moet bibi gerook het.
Come on. Guys was his next goed also. Even people that don't smoke, they must have those things.
Die mense wat ek men gerook het en nice time gemaak het met my rowery geld. Yeah. I'm talking of we take maybe 10 phones off for the day. Hoeveel geld is uit, Thapelo?
Ja.
I come home, then ek koop 5 grams. Ek koop 5 grams ket. Dan koop ek my pille. Ek loop weer uit for 3-4 days. Indoors, ek rook my ma. Ek slaap nie. Longest I've been awake was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Not sleeping.
Yeah. And some people don't believe the story.
They don't. Bro. And you know, the longer you wake, the more stupid you get.
Come on.
And that is how we ended up in prison.
Yo, Mr. Chris, that's a heavy story. Let's keep it there. Let me get to Mr. David. Did you not hear me, bro? So, Mr. David, I just wanted to ask you, we had the stories of Mr. Chris being in prison, and earlier off camera, you told me that you've been there. I just want you to clarify for us. What was your first crime? How long were you there? Did you become a member of any gang? And how was the life in prison?
You know what? Prison is something I always said I'll never go to. There's 2 things I always said to myself growing up. I'll never scratch in a bun and eat.
Come on.
And I'll never go to prison.
Yo.
And I ended up being a master of both.
Come on.
Now, I won't say I was a master of prison.
Yes.
But I was in and out of prison. And there's people that can vouch for me. My wife, if my mother was alive, my mother bought 2 or 3 cases of mine already.
So your wife that you currently with?
Yeah.
She was with you through the addiction.
Sir, this woman has been with me. She's been with me.
Yo, I think I should get on the podcast.
Sir, this woman,
I should get her.
If she must tell you what she had to.
I must get that woman here. Woman, if you're watching, please inbox me.
This woman, this woman
yes.
is my. This is the one that's keeping me normal.
Come on.
This is the one that's keeping me normal.
So before we get into her story,
okay, let's leave her for now. Love you, babe.
We're gonna go to us. Let's quickly get to the prison. So how was it? What was the crime? And
yeah, man.
You said you were in and out. Yeah. Name for us this one that really said, I don't want to come back to prison anymore. It's not Maya, because I know the first time we all say they don't want to come back.
Yeah.
The first time when we go.
So for me, to be honest with you, the first let me first put it out there. How ironic this is. I was addicted to drugs. But guess what? Ek sal dit in Afrikaans sê. Ek het nooit gemang vir possession nie. Nooit. I've never been caught with drugs. Though many times I had drugs on me, but the way I hid it, sometimes I thought I was a mastermind.
Yeah.
In a backpack, you're in a sleeve. I cut a small hole in the sleeve.
Yes,
they in the backpack,
yes,
but it's you're in the sleeve. London police station. I was operating Cresta.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
You were selling there.
I was selling. I was, sir, Lepentong, white collar crime.
Yes.
I was. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you? Jy kan nie sien en ek kan praat. Ek verkoop jou phone aan jou. Dan gee jy betaal jy vir my. That's how bad I was. And my first time I went to prison was for car theft. So there was a group of people I used to hang out with in Westbury.
Yeah.
Daar's 2-3 van hulle wat oor hulle is. Ek gaan nie nog name noem van mense van hulle. They were affiliated with people.
Yes.
But if anyone watches this, they'll probably know, because if they know me, they'll know, okay, yeah, China was min hulle and whatever.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be a car thief. Believe it or not.
That was your dream.
After football was diminished.
Come on now.
Ek wil no cars steal. Because I grew up in the times of Clavas, of Eldos.
Yes.
I grew up in the time of Imi, of Enadale, the owns of Spinning.
Yes.
I grew up in that time. So it was attractive. It was like,
Yes.
ek wil soos die is, man. Ek wil, yeah, man.
The fast life.
And what happened was I made a mistake one day. We went to steal a car. I can't say this online because my cousin will probably kill me. But in the complex where he was living, but he probably can hear it, but I've got many cousins, but nevertheless it's in the past. And I had the remote, and if you had the remote for the gate, you pay the security. You go in, you take the car, you were the Owens, there's a getaway there. And for that, they drove, but the getaway stolen golf, there was something wrong with it. And I was in that car. They took the other car. And I went to go sit because the car stopped. And in, you know, those in the landing areas, they have private security with the guns.
Yes.
They
Rent-a-cops.
Yes.
Tactical response and what.
Yeah, your
Hulle like soos Expendables, bo. Arnold Schwarzenegger and what met die masks en hy. Toe sê ek maar op die bonnet meneer and whatever, you know, to answer your question, that was my first time. So I went to go trial for car theft. It's called theft of motor vehicle.
Yeah.
I was the only one that trialed. I didn't haal ek het hulle nie uitgehaal nie. Ek wil maar sê ek is nie hoe sê ek is nie big 5 nie.
Yes.
Ek het gaan sit, I trialed it. That was my first trial. First trial, 8 months. Sun City, E-section. But the beauty of E-section, there's no beauty of prison. The beauty of it, E-section is the yellow cast. So when I entered, so you know everyone, yeah, easy.
You feel at home already.
Ek is aan klap die huis.
You feel at home.
Ek voel
Alles is
nee man, ek
maklik.
is agter die tralie, ek is hier by die vier hoeke, maar hier's my ouens. That's how I felt. Now the way I speak, it sounds like I just grew up in Westbury, Newcastle, but I was never a gangster. Ask anyone, and I was never of robberies, although I did here and there. I was never of, it just wasn't me. I used to rob with a mouth. With a tongue. Ek was hier so.
Yes, you were cool at it.
Ek,
My master manipulator.
sir, I was the mastermind behind the owens I was with. Okay, worry. Ek gaan praat. Julle moet net my signal. Ek gaan praat. Julle het gesien hy deel met 'n lip en tong, worry. Hulle het gesê car engine oil op die se tong. I had engine oil, the way it was so glad. But nevertheless, I tried. But then I thought I'm never gonna go back. And it just continued. It was a recurring thing.
Yes.
So every other week, we'll steal a car. I won't mang this week. We'll sell it shop. I get a 5 clipper or 1,000 rand. Okay, shop. And remember, I'm still young here.
Yes, yes.
So that was my thing. It was never armed robbery. It was never murder. It was never any of those things. It was just to do with cars. If they pull up my profile, they only see theft of motor vehicle. Like people in Nuclear by the flats, my young nephews also used to ask me, where you get this car? You know, the young ladies. I'm like, don't worry, it's my car.
Yeah.
To go show off. You know, when you steal a car, you go show off. Go show off in Nuclear. And at the end of the day, it got me nowhere, man.
Yeah,
The only place it got me was trialing hard and almost banditing for a long time.
So you never got sentenced for all those cases?
I almost got sentenced for one case.
Okay.
Because it was a very aggravating case.
Oh,
the car we took in Yeovil,
Yeah.
we actually hurt the woman, not me. Two of the Owens, the
Yes,
woman
they
didn't want to
do
get out, and it was aggravated.
Okay.
So we
okay.
almost got sentenced, but then they released us for whatever reason.
Okay. So all the cases, what happened? Were they squashed? What happened to, like, because you said you were in and out of prison.
So-
what happened to all those
So
cases?
I would trial, I would have a good lawyer here and there.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, may her soul rest in peace. my mother, no matter she wasn't there for me, but when it came to court,
she was there. And she played.
So she was never there in the hustle and bustle of addiction.
Yes.
But the moment she heard, Debbie, your kind is here.
Then she came running.
She bought so many cases out of her own money.
Yes.
She bought 5K here, 10K there, 15K there. She's the one. And you know what she would do? May her soul rest in peace. She would, right after I get released by Westgate Court Regional, she'd take me to go buy me new techies. I'll never forget it.
Every time.
Kom net uit die manget. Come, we go into, there's a place in Forsberg called Rashid Kassam's. They sell top techies. Then she'd say, choose a techie, choose a tracksuit. And for me, I couldn't understand. I come with the trunk, mommy. And I was the only child. So I never always got what I wanted, but it was always only me.
Do you think that part, when you came out of prison and she would somewhat spoil you with certain things, would you say that in a sort of a way spoiled you?
I think to be honest, if I can be honest, I think what she did was she just enabled me just to do more what I wanted to do. Because what kind of mother, if you think about it, is gonna buy a case now? This child might go sit now because they were gonna put me 7 years because of the priors. So she bought that case. Luckily, the prosecutor knew me because I was in and out by that same court.
Yes.
So, what kind of mother takes you away from court or prison every time, and then she says, "Kijk hoe lyk jy? Look how you look. Just let's go get techies for you." Ek gaan nie nee dankie sê nie.
She never offered like counseling.
There was no counseling.
Rehab and
she
all
shouted.
Those
She swore. Sy was kwaad. Maar ons het uit gaan eet en sy het my tekkies gekoop. Tekkies is my ding. Ek like tekkies ouens. As jy my ken, vra my familie, vra my vrou. As jy wil bless my met tekkies. Moet my niks koop, tekkies. I'm addicted to sneakers.
Come on.
So my mother knew. This child, she knew.
Yes.
She would buy me 2 pairs and one pair now. Then she'd send her sister, my auntie, that's still alive, Auntie Loretta. She'd say, this 1,000, because maybe my mother never made it to court. She'd say, your mother said I must pay the case, and then you must take this 1,000 and go buy you a techie.
So
that's how it was for me.
I just want like to give some advice to our viewers out there, based on the following question that I'm gonna ask you.
Sure.
Do you think like, because parents and they spoil us, right? And
Yeah.
do you think sometimes when they spoil us, it helps? It didn't help, right?
Let me tell you, sir, from my perspective, I think we had a conversation on the phone, the video call the other time. I believe parents' sole duty is to nurture, lead, guide until a certain age, even though we know it's a lifelong responsibility. But when your son or your daughter gets to a certain age, they are supposed to be able to make decisions that will obviously be conducive for their growth to become an individual that contributes positively to society. When your parents spoil you coming out of prison, it's a no-no. Because then that tells me, David, the addict, the one it tells me, ek gaan nou weer hard gaan rook, as ek weer mang jy sal weer daar is.
Come on.
And the truth of the matter is, and I'm going to say it, I don't know if I should say it in the camera,
Say it,
but
bro,
I'm going to
say
be
it.
real.
Say it.
Some parents are true enablers of their children's addiction. They are enablers. They are the ones, not 100%, but plays a major contributing factor to the children's addiction. Parents.
So this is now a question that will go to both of you, right? I don't like us to leave the parents with what they do wrong, but I would like us also to give them a sort of advice.
Yeah.
What would you, as now since we are in recovery, what would you suggest? Like, how should your mother have dealt with you when you came out of prison? Let's put it in that way. Besides now, because you say that she was enabling you with the sense of the sneakers, buying the cases,
giving me money.
Yes. So what do you think? How should she have reacted or behaved in that way?
And I'm gonna say the thing now that I think some people will agree. Some people that's too soft, they call it soft parenting, won't agree with it. But I'm gonna say it like it is, and like I say, I just say what I think would work. I think there comes a time where parents needs to pull away, cut the umbilical cord. So she gesê het net nou, brother Chris. Cut the umbilical cord. Laat hy aantata. The only way I came to surrender out of my addiction is when my mother pulled away completely and when everyone pulled away. So when you pull away and you cut the umbilical cord, what is enabling you? Nothing. No job your ear. So I think sometimes it's a very good thing to let a child to his own devices. Oh, wil jy luister nie? Laat hy gaan. Because if my mother, to answer your question, if my mother had left me to trial
and get the 7 years
and get whatever I needed to get,
yes,
I probably would have learned a lesson. I think I would. Mang is a nice, prison is a nice.
Yes.
So let's say hypothetically, I got 7 years.
Yeah.
I did maybe 3.5. To me, do you think I want to go back there? Some, they go back because the lifestyle in prison is very nice, guys. You don't pay for rent, you don't pay for food, you live in soft, there's drugs binnekant, alles gaan aan vir jou daar. Daar's 'n TV ook.
Yes.
So the main thing is this, if my mother, to answer the question once again, if my mother had left me and not came for me there, I think that would have helped. But because she kept coming, she kept taking money out of her money that she had. How much? Okay, they don't. Okay, how much? Because there was a few cases where the owners of the cars that we took just wanted the reparations for the damages of the car.
Okay.
Guys, there was a particular. I need to share this with you. The last one.
Okay.
Statler Street, Westbury. Statler. Ek sit in 'n wit Golf in. This is the last time I was in prison. Ek sit in 'n wit Golf. 1.6 life court event. Sir, helicopters. I will never lie. Helicopters looking for me. The car is from Yeovil. I'm busy selling the car and the wheels. I won't mention his name. To a guy in Westbury on the main road. And as I'm about to get out, I see in the rearview mirror. This is the gospel truth I'm telling you. Me, David. Hoe ry die mense? En ek hoor hier kutuk, kutuk, kutuk. And here comes the owner. I lived with him. He took me in. Yet I stole his car.
Yeah.
Look at that. And my life turned around when I saw all of this. I was like, nah, man. This is not working out. They pulled up and have you ever been pointed by a gun? Jy sal worry. Jy sal yourself not alles.
Yeah.
To be pointed with a firearm. What move are you going to make? And that's how it perpetuated. It became worse, man. Do you think that taught me a lesson? It never.
No.
They took me. Ek het Hielbrau toe gegaan. Gesit in die tronke, in die cells in.
Yes.
And I went to go trial in Sun City for another, I think, this was my longest trial. I think it was like 13 months. I was away for 13 months, trial in hard. But not in a section of E-section, because that's a different area. But to cut a long story short, if my mother had left me and said, I'm cutting you off, I'm not going to help you, I'm done, I think I would have maybe pulled through. But because she enabled, she came through for me. And I think that's the flop parents make. Parents make the flop by enabling the kids, but not knowing, that's what you're doing. I know you love your kid, but you gotta teach tough lessons.
Yes,
you gotta teach it.
You can, as you weet as jy, before we entered into church with the procession, the same lady told me that by this time and this time, I'm just gonna call you up and announce that you are now our new youth leader. And so, by that time, I already stood up. Then they called someone else's name.
Yo! My lady zei nou die dag, Daddy, is je nog pastor? Ik zei, ik weet niet hoe om je de antwoord te weken. I don't know how to answer you. And I was like, why are you asking? He said, Daddy, please not make sure sometimes. I was like, yo. So, toen dacht ik, in die mond van de zegeling, was daar iets
was baie teleurgesteld in myself as 'n ma. Ek slat vir en ek waar jy nou nie weer baas slat ek slat hom.
Die seerste wat ek gehad het is dat hy matriekse uitslae gekry het en toe kan hy dit nie saam met kon steel nie.
Ek het in die stort gestaan en daai oggend kom dit iets oor my en ek sê Here, vandag gee ek Pernille oor aan U. Mold hom soos jy hom wil hê.
This video brings attention to the realities and challenges faced by families dealing with substance abuse, helping to educate the public about its impact, making it more relatable, and fostering empathy among viewers.
Ek het nou al die ways aan gedink om jou dood te maak. Ek het die plakkie. Ek wil die bloed aan my hande hê nie.
For me, it's basically what David is saying, because I experienced it. It got to a point where in my household, my sister and I'm the eldest. We fought so much, and it became actually physical at a point where she actually took a knife and tried to stab me in my back. Lucky it was a bread knife.
Ja.
It didn't go in. She stabbed, but it didn't go in. Hy het maar net 'n klein bietjie bloed getrek en that was it. My mother on the other side didn't spoil me when I was making nonsense. She left me. She pulled herself away. And I think that kind of approach that she took made me open my eyes, because there came a December where there came actually a time where I put myself out of the house and I stayed in a drug house. And I used to sell my things, because now I'm not in. Ek nou klaar gehoor mos met die tronk.
Yes.
Jy wil nou nie weet hy snakke goede. So I would take my items and I started selling it until I was left with
nothing.
2 jeans, paar onnies, paar kouse.
Yeah, because the onnies you can't sell.
You can't sell onnies, you understand? So even my sneakers, I sold it. I was working with women sloffies. And that December, Christmas Day, even the addicts that was in the drug house looked smarter than me. And I looked at myself, it put me so down that I actually bought sleeping tablets. That's how my depression ate me. And I was ready to take my life.
Sure.
Not knowing that God has a bigger purpose for me. God has a plan for me. I didn't have the guts to take the tablets. I sat there and I cried. My people was on holiday. Sat in the house and I just wanted to end.
Sure.
I felt like nothing. I felt so alone. Thapelo, that you just want to give up. And I eventually just carried on smoking, put the tablets one side, smoke. I was so long awake, I passed out, slept. Next day when I woke up, I felt better. And by my mother and them pulling so out, I never even had Christmas tickets, not knowing that she bought it, but she locked it in a cupboard. And said no, with that mentality that she'll give it when she comes back. Because it's December, I'll sell it. I'll sell it. So she's waiting for that festive period just to end, and then she'll give it to me.
Sure.
And then when they got back, it's the time when I said, for that few months that I stayed at the drug house, I said, this house is going to make me leave drugs. I sang that song over and over. There were 2 weeks at home. I carried on smoking still. That part of suicide now, it just faded a bit, and then it just resurfaced. And then I just came out and I broke out in front of her and I said, you know what? It's time now.
Sure.
I need to go away. I need to go away, because it's not gonna be long until I do harm to myself. Like you say, you mentioned something just now. Within your first heat or your first intake of drugs, you already know that you want to stop. You don't want to be here. But because it grips you so, you're just like, okay, this is my last time. This is my last time. I remember going to bed praying, God, I'm not going to do it. I don't want to smoke anymore. Please be with me. Tomorrow morning, my sister wakes me up, my baby sister. David is here. When I come to the gate, David has the pipe, die span, die lighter.
Hy soek net posie.
Jy vergeet al van wat jy gebid gestaan.
That happens.
That's hoe die duivel werk.
Out the window.
Yes.
Now after you smoke, you realize, but Bob, didn't you say last night you're going to stop? And that depression just creeps up again on you.
Sure. That's bad. So if I have just to give it a small advice to our viewers and our followers before we close it up, James, I just want to say we've heard from 2 different backgrounds, 2 different stories, how we should deal with our children and try to fix this thing, not to enable them to be active. Try to figure a way. I know personally that it's so, because as a parent you don't want to pull away from your child, but that's the greatest thing that you can ever do. So James, Mr. Chris, you now 4 years, ne?
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
David, you now 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So the question that I want to ask you guys before we close it off, I want to ask you guys, what has been giving you this, the strength, the power, the consistency? Because I can ask think 4 years as a pap and vlees. So kom ons gaan nie by jou eerste, Mr. David.
Hey, sir, you know, since my journey started in 2016, I've fallen many times. The honest truth is I've fallen several times.
Rape in, rape out.
Yeah, not rape in, rape out.
Okay.
I think I've only been to 1 Cape Town, IOG, 3 rehabs.
Okay.
For long period of times, for longer period of times. But I think when you how do you say it in English? When you just realize, hi man, calculate man. I think for me, when the world pushes you to your knees, it's the perfect position to start asking God, hey, you know what, take control. And when I lost my mother in 2021, that changed my entire, because I was just rebuilding my relationship with her. That changed my whole life changed, because she was the only one I had that was connected to me by direct blood.
Yes.
And I'm the only one that was connected to her, because I'm the only child. But in essence, to answer your question, I think what's keeping me and what has been keeping me, it is imperative for a recovering addict to have proper structure and proper support.
Come on.
Imperative. The people you surround yourselves with plays a major role and factor in the longevity of your recovery. So who you have around you and who speaks in your ear ultimately will decide how long you'll be clean. Let me make an example. If you have a mentor or a leader or a pastor or a brother or a sponsor, like they say in the NA, that you can talk to, be accountable. My thing is, I don't have that. I don't, I'll be honest. I can't praat. But what I do have is a praying wife.
Come on.
So this wife of mine and my kids, currently today, but above that is the relationship I've built with Christ. I'm a Christian. I'm unapologetic.
Yes.
It is by His grace and by His plan that I can sit here today with Thapelo.
Yes.
So let's not even forget, and I'm unashamed of saying it. Everyone has their own belief, but I hope that I'm not going to be cancelled online. But I'm unashamed. My relationship with Christ and my relationship with my family. And I want to share this. I shared it with Pastor Brian and we had a video call. And if I can share it again. I don't know if Pastor Brian's around here. The saddest day in the life of an addict is the day the addict finds recovery.
Yes, sir.
Without purpose.
Come on.
Because addiction is the only prison with the keys on the inside. Because I can be clean, but I can be idle and a playground and recipe for disaster. Because you need to find purpose in your pain.
Come on.
You need to find purpose in your sobriety. There is always purpose in the chaos. Once you recover, you have to have purpose in your recovery to be able to be effective.
That's a powerful statement.
Guys, don't let me, ons gaan nie sit tot môre.
Ek dink ek moet 'n statement vat en hom lekker ingryf. Ek dink ek doen dit klaar, maar ek het dit nog nie as a picture in mind. As iets baie goed. En ek dink baie keer hoekom ons terugval in die trap is because daar is nie purpose.
There's no purpose.
Sorry, one more. Sorry, one more. Ons is nou by die tyd nou. Die laas, dan kom al die nuggets uit. Die top, the heavyweights.
Yes.
Answer this quickly. Astria, amongst us, we have over 50 years of addiction. 18, 15, 21. Add it up, it's over 50 years.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, it is.
Yes. Correct?
54.
Half a century of addiction. Listen to this. How do you become clean? You find yourself in a process of recovery. Remember, recovery and sobriety is two different things.
Yes.
Recovery is a process where you submit to the cause to be effective and purposeful in your sobriety. How do you become clean, Thapelo? Then you sit by the house and you do nothing. Will you be able to make it?
No. You need to become active.
You need to become effective,
yes.
active, proactive. So, in the life of an addict, hey, Thapelo, ek is uit die reep, ek is nou 6
You
months.
You arrived.
Sê my gou iets. Wat ga jy doen nou na jou 6 months? Jy het nou bietjie weight opgetel, jou ster is bietjie vet, jy het wange. And that's the mistake we make as addicts. We go back to the place to show the people how we look.
Ja.
There's a
Maar
saying.
jy al gesien, hy's?
Ja, there's a
Ja,
saying.
ek is terug, ouens, kyk ek het daar. Ouens, hoor ek is skoon nou.
Mr. D, there's a saying that they say, you arrived.
That's
You
and the
6 months
mistake we
clean
make-
and you think you arrived.
The mistake we make as addicts. I made that mistake, David. 2 years clean. I've arrived. Nou praat ek met jou ouens in die reep, like ek is nou 106 years clean.
Yes.
You see, when you get ahead of yourself, you will quickly know, as quick as you got that recovery, the enemy is watching you. The same, this is my last statement, I'm done. The same as you are, this one is good. The same as you are gymming in recovery, ne, to go home to be strengthened, word DNA. DNA is for free, you don't have to pay for this one. The same way you gymming in recovery to strengthen your life, your body and your purpose.
Yes, sir.
Is the same way addiction is gymming with bigger weights waiting for you outside. Hoor jy, ek wag vir hy om uit te kom, ek gaan hom wys, ek gaan die tik sterker maak.
Kry hy December
Addiction
batch.
is gymming for you now, outside.
Come on. For you
He's
to
lifting
come
weights, saying, ek wag vir Thapelo.
Yeah.
That's why never ever think you've arrived.
Someone once said, ne, stop the impression of outside if you are not revived from inside.
Come on,
That is
sir,
so
man.
true.
Come on,
That is
sir.
so
Someone
true.
once said that we should stop because I think that's a thing that we suffer with. I don't even people who's not in we buy things that just running to go show people we have things.
Yes.
That's the thing that but from inside we are not revived.
Hi, Pastor Brian, die man is weer bezig met You see nou, ons moet klaar maak. Last but not least, for the still suffering addict,
Come on now.
please stop, cancel, nip in the bud the pursuit of external validation. That you're speaking about, external validation, and you are neglecting internal transformation.
Powerful.
You cannot pursue external affirmation. Kyk hoe lyk ek, maar internally is fraud. He's aan gaan worry. He's hoe sê hulle code 2. Hy was hard gestamp. Bus het jou gestamp. Worry, die trein het oor jou gery.
There's a saying.
Maar jy loop rond lyk jy's 'n Rolls Royce Phantom.
There's a saying. Hard gevat, seer gekry.
Daar sê, dankie
Hard gevat, seer gekry.
And that's just my encouragement. Jy shine by te hoorie. Jy het 'n goue tand, maar jou hart is vrek vuil.
Come on, sir.
'n Meisie loop verby jou, dan maak jy loop saam met jou vrou, dan maak jy so.
Sure. It's bad.
But nevertheless, that's just my 2 cents, man. You know?
It's bad. So Mr. Chris, just your 4 years, what's been keeping you going? I think we should close it off now. Just give your 2
Well, I think David basically covered it all. But what worked for me is, first of all, I was 3 years clean. And I was still drinking, smoking dacha, smoking wise. Coming back to your words. Recovering addict with no purpose. That was me.
Sure.
That was me.
So before we go, you say you were smoking and drinking.
Yeah.
Smoking dacha.
Smoking dacha
and
drinking, loop calabash.
Whoa. Oh, I'm not fast because I think if we this is something that we as family and community we fail because onze successful drinkers, né? Soos wat ons mos classify.
Yes.
Nou dink ons die leietjie moet net die pille los.
Ja.
As jy die pille kan los en
You
dan
can
met
carry
ons
on with
kom
the drink.
drink, dan gaan ek en you now as a recovering addict testify nou that werk.
Doesn't work.
Dit werk.
Doesn't work. I found myself putting my lips over a pipe again. Putting my nose in a plate. It took a friend to come and take me out of a drug house. And his words still today stuck with me. Said to me, Chris, do you want to take 9 months of rehab all your people's money and throw it away for a 50 rand bag.
Yo.
That hit me hier. Ek het gehuil soos 'n klein kind. Gesnik.
En 991 is it cheapy, hoor?
It's not cheap.
Is it cheapy?
My people were short of things in the house because of my addiction. They sacrificed. My mother's sister that is in Australia has her own things going on. But I had to help.
She had to pay for it.
She had to pay.
Sure.
And I was willing to throw that away.
Yeah.
Because I was a recovering addict
Without no purpose. Come on now.
Power.
So, last year, a cousin of mine got back from Dubai. She had her own issues there. Came back and gave her heart to the Lord. And myself and her, very close. And when she got back, we just started chilling together. And you know, she just started glowing, man. Like say fast man, I only funny here. And I I took my it, man.
Yes.
And that drove me to give my heart to the Lord. And that kept me from now it's a year that I'm back into Christ.
Okay.
So
yes.
What I can say to the next addict is, or the recovering addict, is find God first.
Yes.
Learn to love yourself.
Yes.
Secondly. And then get your structure. That is your family at home. There's no other family. Ni your uncle, ni your auntie. We're talking of your mother, your blood in the house.
Yes.
If you got that people on your side, nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong. And today I can say even in that 3 years of being clean, I still gave my mother sleepless nights. Because I would be out in the streets. Then she doesn't know, is this guy still alive? Rook hy daar? Wat doen hy daar? But now, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I chill by my house, I jump to, huis toe, kerk toe. Sy slaap. Peacefully.
Wow, that is nice. That's nice. I think you guys, ja, jy het my gebel vandag, my bro. Ek dink die episode was a nice episode, was a very nice episode. Ek wil net vir julle sê, Jens, dankie dat julle hier gekom het, man. Kom ons fight die fight.
Yes.
There's something that you said, wat jy earlier gesê het, is dat ons fight dieselfde fight. Ek moet nie aangaan lyk of wie fight, ek kan hom alleen fight sonder jou nie.
We are not each other's enemy.
We
have a common enemy.
Come on.
We need to come together for the common enemy.
Come on.
And that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Come on. So, thank you guys for coming through. I think we're going to close it off. What a session we had, family. Thank you for following us. Thank you for watching us. Please subscribe. This is Thapelo here, signing out with Echoes of Addiction. Thank you.